This is the real cost of waiting to invest. One quiet decision to delay, to wait for the perfect moment, can cost you $11,662. Here's exactly how. Two people. Same age. Same $1,000. Same investment account, sitting there, waiting to be opened. One of them invests today. The other looks at the market, decides it feels too high, too uncertain, too risky right now, and says 5 quiet, sensible-sounding words. "I'll wait for the right time." That sentence feels responsible, careful, smart even. But 4 decades later, that one decision, to wait instead of invest, will cost them $11,662 from a single $1,000 bill. Today, we'll show you exactly how a careful-sounding delay becomes the most expensive habit in personal finance, and how to make sure you never fall for it again. Welcome to Quiet Capital Hub, where we believe wealth isn't loud. It's built quietly, by people who understand time better than they understand the market. Today, we're taking apart one of the most common and most expensive mistakes investors make, waiting for the perfect moment to begin. By the end of this video, you'll understand why the right time is a trap, why the cost of waiting is almost always bigger than the cost of being wrong, and the simple system disciplined investors use to take the decision out of their own hands entirely. Stay until the end, because the final number, the one for the person who waits a full decade, is genuinely hard to believe. Meet Sarah and Marcus, both 22, both with the same $1,000, both planning to retire around 62. Sarah opens the account, buys one low-cost index fund, and she's done in about 10 minutes. She doesn't think she's a genius. She just doesn't want to think about it again. Marcus is just as smart. Honestly, maybe smarter. He reads the headlines. The market's near an all-time high. Analysts are warning about a correction. There's talk of a recession that's always 6 months away. So Marcus does the thing that feels responsible. He waits. He'll invest when things calm down, when the dip finally comes, when he feels more certain. And here's the trap. The dip he's waiting for either doesn't arrive, or when it does, it's terrifying, and the headlines are even worse. So he waits a little longer. Weeks become months. Months become years. Marcus isn't reckless. He isn't lazy. He's cautious, and his caution is quietly compounding against him. Both still hold the exact same $1,000. The only difference between these two people is a date. And notice what waiting actually gives Marcus. It feels like control. Every single day he doesn't invest, he avoids the small, sharp discomfort of watching his money dip. Sarah feels that discomfort. Her $1,000 rises and falls, and some weeks it stings. But she's paying that small price on purpose, to buy the one thing Marcus refuses to: time in the market. Marcus is trading a lifetime of growth, just to avoid a feeling. Let's run the numbers. Sarah's $1,000, growing at 8% a year. The long-run average we use on this channel, over 40 years, becomes $21,724. From 1,000. That's the quiet magic of time. Now Marcus. His right time never quite arrives, and he finally invests 10 years later. For those 10 years, his $1,000 sat in cash, doing nothing. Now it only has 30 years left to grow, and it reaches $10,063. Sarah, $21,000. Marcus, $10,000. The gap, the pure price of waiting, is $11,662 from $1,000. That's more than 11 times his original investment, gone. Not lost to a crash, not lost to a bad stock, lost to a decision to do nothing. And here's the part that should change how you think about waiting forever. The cost is not flat. Waiting 1 year costs about $1,600. 2 years, $3,000. 3 years, $4,500. 5 years, just under $7,000. 10 years, $11,662. Every year you wait, the price of the next year of waiting goes up. You're not paying a flat fee to delay. You're paying compound interest to your future self's regret. Now, to be fair to Marcus, he isn't trying to be lazy. He's trying to avoid a loss. He wants to buy low, So let's take his strategy seriously and ask the real question. Can you actually wait for the bottom and win? Here's what decades of market data say, and it's brutal for the market timer. The market's best days and its worst days are neighbors. They cluster together in the same chaotic, frightening stretches. Roughly 3 out of 4 of the market's very best days happen while it's still falling, or in the first couple of months of a recovery. Which is exactly when a careful person like Marcus is sitting safely in cash, waiting for a sign. Miss just the 10 best days over 30 years, and your total return is cut roughly in half. Miss the 30 best days, and you give up around 84% of your gains. Put it in dollars. An investor who put $10,000 into the S&P 500 2 decades ago and simply left it alone ended with over $70,000. The one who got nervous and jumped out, missing just the 10 best days, ended with less than half of that. Same investment. Same 2 decades. The only difference was being in the room on 10 specific days that nobody could have predicted in advance. Because the market never rings a bell at the bottom. The rebound comes fast, it comes early, and it comes while the news is still terrifying. To catch it, you have to already be invested. Okay, but here's the fear sitting underneath all of this. What if you invest today, and the market crashes next week? That's the nightmare every waiter is secretly protecting themselves from. So let's actually run the nightmare. Imagine Marcus has the worst luck of any investor alive. He finally puts in his $1,000 at the single worst possible moment, right before the market drops 30%. His $1,000 instantly becomes $700. Brutal. Exactly what he was afraid of. Now just let it ride. That $700, growing at 8% for 40 years, becomes $15,200. Now compare that to the other version of Marcus, the one who waited 10 years to avoid exactly this kind of pain. He ended with $10,000. Read that again. The investor with the worst timing in history still beat the patient waiter by more than $5,000. That's the secret hiding in plain sight. The cost of being wrong is temporary. The cost of waiting is permanent. Time in the market doesn't just beat timing the market. It beats bad timing in the market too. And here's why this matters even if you don't have a lump sum sitting around like Marcus. The exact same psychology shows up every single January. I'll start investing next year. Once I get the raise, once I clear this card, once things settle down. It sounds like a plan. It's actually the same delay, wearing a different costume. Because the most valuable dollars you will ever invest are the ones you invest earliest. They have the most time to compound. A single dollar invested at 22 does the work of more than $2 invested at 32 and almost $5 invested at 42. So when you say next year, you're not delaying a small action. You're quietly retiring your most powerful dollars before they ever get to work. Marcus didn't make one big, dramatic mistake. He made one small, reasonable-sounding decision, and then repeated it again and again, until the repeating was the mistake. $1,000 was the gentle version. Let's scale it up. Meet James, Marcus's older brother. James actually had money, a $10,000 windfall, a bonus he was genuinely proud of. And James did exactly what his little brother did. He waited for the right time to invest it. 10 years, same 8%, same 40-year horizon. James's decision to sit on that $10,000 instead of investing it cost him $116,619. $116,000 from a single bonus he already held in his hand. That's not a budgeting problem. That's not an income problem. James out-earned both Sarah and Marcus. He just waited. And waiting, at scale, over time, is the single most expensive thing a patient, well-meaning, financially comfortable person can do to their own future. So how do you guarantee you're a Sarah and not a Marcus? You take the decision away from yourself. Because the fix isn't more discipline. Discipline is the first thing that fails the moment the headlines get scary. The fix is automation. You set up automatic investing, a fixed amount, on a fixed day, into a low-cost, diversified fund, and you let it run whether the market is up, down, or sideways. This is called dollar cost averaging, and its real power isn't mathematical, it's psychological. It removes the exact moment of decision where fear lives. There's no right time to choose anymore, because you've made the right time irrelevant. In the United States, you can set this up in minutes with Betterment, with Wealthfront, or with a plain index fund inside a Roth IRA. In Canada, Wealthsimple and Quest Wealth automate the whole thing inside a TFSA or an RRSP. Pick the amount, pick the day, and then never go looking for the perfect moment again. The goal was never to predict the market. The goal is simply to be in it, quietly, while everyone else is still waiting for a sign that never comes. And it does not have to be a big number to work. $50 a month, automated and never interrupted, will quietly outgrow $1,000 you keep meaning to invest someday. Consistency beats size every time. The investor who simply shows up every month for 30 years, through every crash, every scary headline, every boom, almost never loses to the one waiting for a better entry point. Because the better entry point, it turns out, was always just being there. So be honest with yourself. Are you a Sarah? Or are you a Marcus? Are you investing today? Or quietly waiting for a moment that keeps moving further away? Tell me in the comments. What's the one thing you've been waiting for the right time to start? I read every single one. If this changed how you think about waiting, subscribe. Because at Quiet Capital Hub, we build wealth quietly, one good decision at a time. Next, watch our deep dive on dollar cost averaging, the exact system that makes timing the market completely irrelevant. And after that, we break down what a recession really costs the patient investor, and why the scariest markets in history have so often been the most rewarding. Because wealth isn't loud. Thanks for watching, or